Welcome, beautiful soul. Today you enter a new beginning, a doorway where your imagination becomes your greatest tool, your safest home, and your most powerful creator. You are stepping into level 1 of your imagination practice course, a journey of inner vision, healing, and manifestation. Everything you desire already exists in the unseen, and today you learn how to access it. Today, you learn how to imagine in a way that nourishes your heart, reprograms your mind, and transforms your reality. Your imagination is sacred because it is the birthplace of everything you will ever create, experience, and attract into your life. Long before anything becomes physical, it begins as a soft whisper within you, a picture, a feeling, a possibility. Your imagination is not childish or unrealistic. It is the highest part of you speaking in symbols, visions, and inner knowing. When you honor it, you honor the creative force that quietly shapes your destiny. Every idea you hold in your mind plants a seed in the universe. When you imagine with love, gentleness, and trust, you send out a vibration that rearranges people, opportunities, and circumstances on your behalf. You may not see this movement instantly, but deep within the unseen world, your energy has already begun its work. This is why imagining is not a small act. It is a spiritual act. It is a declaration of direction, a statement of desire, and the first step toward transformation. Your imagination is sacred because it belongs entirely to you. No one can touch it, limit it, or control it unless you allow them to. Even if the world around you feels chaotic or uncertain, your inner world remains a place of safety. It is a home where peace can be restored, clarity can return, and solutions can surface. In your imagination, you can find answers long before they appear in the physical world. You can experience joy before it materializes. You can feel success before it arrives. And you can comfort yourself with images of love, strength, and harmony even on the days when reality feels heavy. Many people spend their lives imagining the worst, fearful outcomes, painful memories, and future disappointments. They rehearse suffering in their minds without realizing they are using the most divine gift they have. They do not understand that imagining negative outcomes is also a form of creation. What the mind repeats, the life eventually reflects. This is why becoming conscious of what you imagine is the first step to reclaiming your inner power. When you choose to imagine the best instead of the worst, you shift your entire energetic direction. You stop feeding fear and you begin feeding faith. Imagine yourself walking through a peaceful garden, the sunlight warm on your skin. Imagine hearing words of encouragement, seeing doors opening, feeling your heart relax. Notice how your body responds instantly to these inner images. Your shoulders drop, your breathing softens. Your energy becomes lighter. This is the power of sacred imagination. It influences not just your mind, but your body and spirit. Your imagination is also your inner rehearsal space. Every great change begins with a mental picture. You can walk through your desires in your mind until they feel natural. You can feel the emotions of having your dream fulfilled. You can see yourself living the life you long for, and with each repetition, the vision becomes more familiar. What becomes familiar eventually becomes possible, and what becomes possible eventually becomes real. The sacredness of imagination lies in its ability to bypass logic. Logic will tell you what is realistic. Imagination will tell you what is possible. Logic looks at the past. Imagination sees the future. Logic repeats what has already happened. Imagination creates something new. When you imagine with intention, you step outside the limits of your past experiences and into the realm of spiritual truth. You begin to see yourself not as a product of your history, but as a creator of your destiny. This sacred power is not meant to be rushed. You don't need to strain to visualize perfectly or push yourself to feel emotions you're not ready for. Your imagination responds best to softness. Take a few minutes each day to gently close your eyes and create a scene that represents your desire. Let it play like a calm movie. Let it fill your heart with warmth. Let it become your private sanctuary. Over time, this inner sanctuary becomes your center, your guide, and your energetic point of attraction. When you respect your imagination as sacred, you stop dismissing your dreams as just pictures. You begin to understand that your inner world is the blueprint for your outer world. You no longer allow negative visions to dominate your mind. Instead, you choose to imagine thoughts that soothe, pictures that empower, and outcomes that align with your highest good. Your imagination is not separate from you. It is you. It is the part of you connected to divine intelligence, universal energy, and infinite possibility. Treat it as sacred. Use it with intention. Nurture it with love. For every beautiful thing you imagine sends a ripple of creation into the universe, and the universe always responds. What you picture, you welcome, because every image you hold in your mind becomes a silent invitation to life itself. Your thoughts are not empty. Your mental pictures are not passive. They carry emotion, energy, and intention. They send signals to the world around you, drawing toward you the very experiences that match the vibration you consistently imagine. You are always in a state of creation, whether you do it consciously or unconsciously. The pictures you rehearse internally become the realities you meet externally, which is why becoming aware of what you imagine is one of the most powerful steps you can take toward transforming your life. When you picture something with feeling, you open a door to receive it. Imagine yourself living peacefully, confidently, and joyfully. Imagine doors opening effortlessly. Imagine love flowing to you with ease. The moment you create these inner images, your energy shifts. You soften, you align, you vibrate at the level of what you desire. Life begins to rearrange itself to meet this new state within you. You may not see changes immediately in the physical world, but the spiritual world responds instantly. Something begins to move in your favor long before you can see any evidence with your eyes. The universe is incredibly responsive to the energetic signals you send. What you picture repeatedly becomes a pattern in your mind, and your mind does not care whether the pattern is positive or negative. It simply accepts whatever you feed it. If you picture worst-case scenarios, you welcome tension. If you picture rejection, you welcome fear. If you picture scarcity, you welcome limitation. This is not a punishment. It is simply a reflection. Your inner world acts like a magnet, and your outer world rearranges to match it. This is why the practice of conscious imagination is so important. You cannot always control what pops into your mind, but you can absolutely choose what you continue to picture. You don't have to force anything. You simply gently redirect your inner movie towards something that brings you comfort, hope, and strength. When your mind begins to wander toward negativity, softly choose a new picture. Let your imagination create scenes that uplift you. You might imagine yourself walking into a room filled with peace. You might see yourself confidently accepting an opportunity. You might picture wealth flowing into your life from unexpected places. These images, repeated with love and consistency, become open doors for new experiences to enter. What you picture also shapes the way you act. A person who pictures success behaves differently than someone who pictures failure. One moves with faith, the other with fear. One embraces opportunities, the other hesitates. One trusts, the other doubts. Without even realizing it, your mental images influence your tone, your choices, your energy, and your expectations. The world responds to these subtle signals. People feel your confidence, your security, your joy, or your fear. Everything you imagine becomes part of the silent conversation you're having with life. Think of your imagination as a garden. Whatever you plant there grows. If you picture harmony, you welcome more harmony. If you picture abundance, you welcome more opportunities. If you picture healing, your body relaxes and begins restoring itself. If you picture love, your heart opens and becomes receptive. You may not know exactly how life will deliver these things, but you can trust that your imagination is sending out invitations that the universe hears clearly. Every time you choose a loving picture, you are saying yes to a better version of your life. You are saying, I am ready. You are saying, I am open. You are saying, I believe something good is on its way. These small inner moments build a powerful foundation. They shift your vibration in ways that words often cannot. The energy of a picture is deeper, stronger, and more emotionally charged than the energy of a simple thought. When you picture the life you desire, you feel it. You live it in your inner space. You begin to embody it. And when you embody something inwardly, you welcome opportunities that align with it. This is why it is essential to picture what you want, not what you fear. Fear-based imagination drains your energy. It closes your heart and tightens your body, but loving imagination expands you. It relaxes your spirit and creates room for new blessings. When you picture a beautiful outcome, even if you don't know how it will happen, you welcome clarity and guidance. Solutions appear. Inspiration rises. You begin to move in harmony with universal flow instead of resisting it. What you picture is a prayer. It is a request. It is a vibration you send outward. You don't need to beg or chase anything. You simply need to hold the inner image with a calm spirit and allow your energy to align with it. Life has a way of meeting you exactly where your imagination lives. So picture joy. Picture success, picture abundance, picture healing, picture love. Picture yourself rising, growing, thriving, shining. Picture the life that makes your heart feel warm and safe. And know that as you do, you are welcoming it, inviting it, allowing it. For the universe always responds to what you consistently and lovingly picture within. The universe responds to your inner movie because the images you project within yourself are not mere fantasies. They are energetic commands, vibrational signals, and spiritual blueprints. Every scene you rehearse in your mind becomes a form of communication with the unseen forces that shape your life. You may think you're just imagining, but in truth, you are transmitting frequencies that the universe picks up on clearly and consistently. Your inner movie is not separate from your outer world. It is the script your life quietly follows. When you close your eyes and imagine yourself living with confidence, joy, or abundance, you activate a frequency that calls similar experiences toward you. The universe does not respond to your wishes alone. It responds to what you feel and what you envision repeatedly. The images you hold inside become stronger than the circumstances around you. Even if your current situation seems stuck or heavy, your inner movie has the power to override it. Every internal scene you create becomes a subtle instruction. This is the direction I choose. This is who I am becoming. This is the reality I align with now. Your mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. When you visualize yourself succeeding, your body begins to relax into that possibility. Your energy begins to open. Your actions become more aligned. And the universe mirrors this new stance by sending opportunities, people, and ideas that match the energy you've been rehearsing. Your inner movie shapes your outer momentum. Imagine two people. One constantly plays a movie of failure, rejection, and disappointment. The other plays a movie of peace, abundance, and trust. Which of these two will move through the world with more confidence? Which will speak more boldly, walk with more hope, and remain open to blessings? Life inevitably responds to the one who carries the inner movie of success. This is not magic, it is alignment. The universe interprets your inner world as your true belief, your true expectation, your true intention. Words alone are not enough if the movie inside your mind contradicts them. A person who says, "I will succeed," but imagines failure will struggle. But someone who imagines success, even silently, creates a powerful signal that the universe eagerly responds to. Your inner movie becomes your emotional atmosphere. Picture yourself surrounded by light, and you begin to feel safe. Picture yourself achieving a dream, and courage rises. Picture yourself loved, and your heart opens. These emotional shifts are not small. They are the language through which the universe communicates. Emotions are energy in motion, and they ripple outward, influencing the experiences you attract. You are like a lighthouse. Your inner movie determines the quality of the light you send out. If your inner movie is filled with doubt, the light is dim and opportunities pass by unnoticed. But if your inner movie radiates clarity and faith, your light becomes bright, drawing in everything that belongs to you. The more vividly and lovingly you imagine your desired experiences, the stronger your energetic signal becomes. Your inner movie does not have to be perfect or detailed. Even a simple, gentle image can create powerful shifts. You might imagine yourself smiling with relief. You might picture your bank balance growing. You might imagine holding the hand of someone you love. You might see yourself walking confidently into your future. These small scenes carry tremendous energy. The universe hears them. The universe responds to them. The universe begins aligning the physical world to match what you have rehearsed within. Sometimes your inner movie changes your vibration so completely that the universe delivers blessings you never specifically imagined. You might visualize one small scene, and life responds by unfolding an entire path you never could have predicted. This is the beauty of inner alignment. The universe always offers more than you imagine when your energy is clear, open, and receptive. Your inner movie is also a sanctuary. When life feels confusing, you can return to the scenes that bring peace. You can imagine yourself calm, supported, and guided. You can imagine solutions appearing gently. You can use your inner movie to soothe your nervous system, relax your mind, and reconnect with your natural state of trust. The universe responds to peace just as strongly as it responds to desire. You are the creator of your inner world, and therefore the co-creator of your outer world. When you consciously choose the movie you play inside, you reclaim your power. You stop rehearsing fear and start rehearsing faith. You stop replaying past pain and begin projecting future possibility. You stop imagining worst-case scenarios and begin imagining your desired outcome unfolding with ease. Every day, the universe listens to what you rehearse in your mind, not as a judge, but as a partner. Not as a critic, but as a collaborator. It receives your inner images as instructions, as invitations, as requests. So choose your inner movie with love. Imagine beauty. Imagine abundance. Imagine peace. Imagine yourself thriving. Imagine yourself receiving everything that belongs to you with grace. and trust that the universe, in its infinite intelligence, is already responding quietly, powerfully, and perfectly. Imagination dissolves fear because fear lives in the mind, and the mind can be rewired, redirected, and softened through new inner images. Fear grows in darkness, in uncertainty, in thoughts that have been repeated for so long they begin to feel like truth. But imagination brings light into those dark corners. It gives you the power to create a new picture, one that replaces the old pattern of fear with a vision of safety, strength, and peace. Fear cannot survive when you choose a different inner movie. Most fear comes from imagining negative outcomes. Long before fear reaches your body and makes your heart race or your palms sweat, it begins as a picture. You see something going wrong. You see yourself failing. You see someone rejecting you. You see danger, disappointment, or loss. The mind plays these images so vividly that your body reacts as though the scene is truly happening. That is the power of imagination misused. But the gift is this: if imagination has the power to create fear, it also has the power to dissolve it. You can use this inner tool to paint a new possibility. When a fearful thought appears, you are not helpless. You can pause, breathe, and gently choose a different picture. Imagine yourself safe. Imagine yourself supported. Imagine yourself moving through life with confidence and grace. Picture a warm light surrounding you, calming your nervous system, relaxing your shoulders and restoring your breath. These inner images send signals to your body, telling it that it is safe. Your heartbeat begins to slow. Your muscles release their tension. Your mind softens back into clarity. Fear loses its grip the moment you direct your imagination toward love. Imagination dissolves fear because it gives you access to a higher perspective. When you imagine a peaceful outcome, you lift yourself above the problem. You rise into a space where solutions appear more easily. Fear narrows your vision, but imagination expands it. Fear says, everything will go wrong. Imagination says, there is another way, and I can see it. Fear shows you only the danger. Imagination reveals the path through it. In moments of fear, even a simple picture can shift everything. Imagine a door opening. Imagine sunlight streaming into a dark room. Imagine a hand reaching out to guide you. Imagine yourself stepping forward with calm certainty. These symbolic images speak directly to your subconscious mind. They bypass logic and communicate in the language your deeper self understands. Your inner world does not need complicated explanations. It needs reassurance, warmth, and hope. The more you practice replacing fear with calming images, the easier it becomes. You build a new mental habit. Instead of reacting with old patterns, you respond with new ones. You begin to trust yourself. You begin to feel supported by life. You begin to realize that fear is not a prophecy, it is only a picture, and pictures can change. Imagination dissolves fear because it reconnects you with your inner power. Fear makes you feel small, powerless, and stuck. But when you imagine yourself strong, capable, and safe, you reclaim your strength. Your posture shifts. Your energy shifts. You no longer approach challenges with trembling. You meet them with quiet confidence. You stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances and start seeing yourself as a creator with choice. Imagine yourself walking through a situation that once frightened you. See yourself calm, centered, and grounded. Feel your breath steady. Picture your steps being guided. Imagine your heart glowing with courage. If you practice this daily, your mind begins to accept this imagined version as your new reality. And once your mind accepts it, your body and your outer world follow. Fear often comes from the unknown. We fear what we cannot predict or control. but imagination turns the unknown into something familiar. You can mentally rehearse a situation before it happens. You can walk yourself through it with ease. You can see the best outcome instead of the worst. This mental rehearsal reduces anxiety and replaces uncertainty with inner certainty. When the real moment arrives, you feel prepared, not because circumstances changed, but because you changed. Imagination also dissolves fear because it brings love into the picture. Love is the opposite of fear, and the two cannot exist at the same time. When you imagine kindness, guidance, protection, and harmony, fear loses its foundation. It melts under the warmth of love-filled images. You cannot imagine yourself bathed in light and still feel the same intensity of fear. The two energies cannot coexist with equal strength. And so, each time you choose a peaceful picture, you weaken fear. Each time you imagine a beautiful possibility, you strengthen your spirit. Each time you envision yourself rising above a challenge, you build courage. Little by little, fear fades, not because the world changed, but because you changed the pictures in your mind. Your imagination is your refuge, your healer, and your guide. It is the inner tool that can soften storms and open doors. When used consciously, it becomes the most powerful antidote to fear. So whenever you feel afraid, close your eyes, breathe gently, and choose a new inner movie. Picture yourself safe. Picture yourself supported. Picture yourself stepping into your life with hope, and know that fear dissolves every time you imagine with love. Practice makes you powerful because every small, consistent action shapes who you become. Power is not something you suddenly discover one day. It is something you grow into through steady repetition, through patient effort, through showing up again and again, even when results are not yet visible. The universe rewards consistency. Your mind rewires itself through repetition. Your energy expands through repetition. Your confidence strengthens through repetition. What you practice becomes your inner truth, and what becomes your inner truth becomes your outer reality. Many people underestimate the power of daily practice because they look for instant results. They want transformation overnight. But true growth unfolds quietly, steadily, like a seed breaking through the soil. Every time you practice a new thought, a new belief, a new habit, or a new vision, you strengthen the energetic pathway that leads to your desired life. The first time you imagine something new, it may feel unfamiliar. The 10th time, it begins to feel natural. The 100th time, it becomes part of you. Practice transforms desire into embodiment. Every skill you admire in others was built through practice. Every confident person practiced confidence long before it became visible. Every calm person practiced returning to inner peace long before it became effortless. Every successful person practiced discipline, clarity, and resilience long before anyone noticed. Power is not a gift, it is a cultivated state. And you are cultivating it every time you choose to return to what matters, even when your mind is distracted or your heart feels uncertain. Practice also makes you powerful because it teaches your mind who is in charge. When you commit to showing up daily, you begin to master your inner world rather than being controlled by it. If your mind tries to pull you into fear, you practice imagining safety. If your emotions try to spiral, you practice grounding yourself in calm. If doubt whispers, you practice choosing faith. With repetition, your inner landscape rearranges itself. Your mind begins to follow your direction instead of leading you into old patterns. Power grows in the moments when you choose yourself even when it feels difficult. Practice deepens your trust in your ability to handle life. The more you practice being present, the less overwhelmed you feel. The more you practice kind thoughts about yourself, the stronger your self-worth becomes. The more you practice imagining your desires, the more naturally they flow into your life. This inner power is not loud or forceful. It is steady, rooted, and unshakable. Practice builds momentum. At first, it may feel like nothing is happening, but each repetition adds energy to your intention. Each moment of consistency strengthens the vibration you are sending to the universe. Imagine a wheel that takes effort to push it first. With each push, it moves a little more easily. Then suddenly it begins to roll on its own. This is how practice works. It carries you forward until your new state becomes automatic. Practice also protects you from slipping back into old habits. Fear, doubt, and negativity lose their influence when you consistently practice choosing better thoughts. Old patterns only survive through repetition. Break the repetition and you break the pattern. Every time you return to a healthier habit, you weaken the old ones. You rewrite the story your mind tells you about who you are and what you are capable of. You become powerful through practice because practice teaches patience. Patience is not waiting helplessly. It is trusting the process. It is knowing that your effort is building something even when you cannot yet see the results. Patience keeps you steady while the universe organizes everything on your behalf. When you practice patience, you rise above frustration and stay aligned with the outcome you desire. Your consistency becomes a sign of faith. Practice trains your energy. When you repeatedly imagine your desires, you begin to vibrate at the level of those desires. When you practice gratitude daily, your vibration rises naturally. When you practice grounding yourself, your energy becomes calm and magnetic. And when your energy changes, everything in your life responds. People feel it. Opportunities align with it. Circumstances shift to match it. You are not practicing to become perfect. You are practicing to become powerful. Power comes from showing up with intention again and again. It comes from replacing fear with trust, doubt with belief, tension with peace. It comes from choosing the picture of your desired life over the memory of your past. With every repetition, you become more aligned, more confident, more open, and more attuned to the flow of the universe. Practice makes anything possible. Practice shapes your destiny. Practice transforms your identity. So take small steps each day. Imagine your best life. Speak kindly to yourself. Breathe deeply. Return to your center. Rehearse the version of you that you are becoming. And know that with each repetition, you are stepping deeper into your power quietly, steadily, beautifully, until your inner work blooms into your outer world. You are ready. Your new life begins now, not someday in the future, not when circumstances magically improve, and not when someone else gives you permission. It begins in this very moment, the moment you decide that you are worthy of more, capable of more, and open to more. Life does not wait for perfection. It moves when you move. The shift happens when you say, I am ready, even if a part of you still feels nervous or uncertain. Readiness isn't about having every answer. It's about being willing to take the next step toward the life you were always meant to live. You may not realize it, but everything you have gone through has been preparing you. Every challenge strengthened you. Every disappointment redirected you. Every heartbreak opened your heart to deeper self-love. Every delay taught you patience. Every ending made room for a new beginning. You are not behind. You are not late. You are standing at the exact place where your transformation is ready to unfold. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was accidental. All of it shaped the version of you who is ready right now. Beginnings rarely announce themselves. They happen quietly, in the stillness of your mind, where you choose a new belief or release an old fear. They happen when you stop telling the story of your limitations and begin speaking the language of possibility. Beginnings emerge when you say yes to yourself. You don't have to wait for the world to change. You only need to change the energy you bring to your world. Your new life doesn't start because life suddenly becomes easier. It starts because you decide to stop holding yourself back. You are ready to let go of the old version of yourself, the one who doubted, the one who apologized for wanting more, the one who dimmed their light to keep the peace, the one who carried guilt, fear, or unworthiness. You have outgrown that version. You can feel it. That's why old patterns feel heavy now. That's why familiar situations feel uncomfortable. Your spirit is expanding, and everything that no longer matches your growth is falling away. This is not loss, it is clearing. It is preparation. It is your life making space for what aligns with who you are becoming. Your new life begins when you trust your inner guidance. There is a voice within you, quiet, steady, loving, that has been whispering that you are meant for more. It encourages you when doubt rises. It nudges you forward when fear tries to freeze you. It knows your path even when you cannot see it clearly. Trust that voice. Trust the feeling inside you that says, it's time. When you listen, you align with the flow of life instead of resisting it. Doors open. Opportunities appear. People who resonate with your new path begin to enter your world. You are ready to receive what you've been asking for. So many people ask for blessings, but do not feel worthy of receiving them. They pray for change, but hold on to the past. They desire abundance, but imagine lack. You are different now. You are learning to imagine a life that uplifts you. You are learning to welcome good things without guilt. You are learning to see yourself as deserving of the love, success, peace, and joy you once only dreamed of. This inner shift is the beginning of your new life. You are ready because your heart is opening again. Maybe it was once guarded. Maybe it was once bruised. But you are beginning to trust that life still has beautiful experiences for you. You are beginning to believe that you are safe to hope, safe to dream, safe to feel joy. Your new life begins when you open your heart to the possibility that the best is yet to come. Not because everything was easy, but because you refuse to give up on yourself. You are ready to walk through the door that is opening in front of you. It may feel unfamiliar, but unfamiliar does not mean unsafe, it means new. And new is exactly what your soul has been craving. Even if the path ahead is not fully clear, your next step is. Your intuition is guiding you. The universe is nudging you. Every sign, every synchronicity, every gut feeling is pointing you toward a life that aligns with your truth. Your new life begins now because you have decided to take responsibility for your energy. You are choosing peace over chaos, love over fear, intuition over doubt, and growth over comfort. You are choosing the picture of your future over the memory of your past. This inner alignment is the spark that ignites change in the outer world. You are ready because you finally know that you are enough, worthy, capable, powerful, guided, supported, loved. Your new life is not waiting for a better version of you. It is waiting for you to see the truth of who you already are. Take a breath. Feel the shift. Something in your spirit knows this moment is a turning point. You are ready. Your new life begins now.